The 8 books I read in January ranked from worst to best. Starting at the bottom, we unfortunately have Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez. It had all of the trappings of being a book that I would really love. It's set in Renaissance Italy. It's said to be a lush romantic fantasy, and I just found particularly the magic system and the world building to be very unsatisfying. Literally at the beginning of the book we get an entire list of like magical elements in this world, and it barely gets mentioned throughout the entire book. I also found the world building to be extremely flimsy. We had talk of witches, of wizards, of vampires, of fae. Some of them get mentioned a little bit more, but for the most part they played the most minor background role imaginable. Then The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. This was a 3-star read for me. This was fun, it was fast paced, it was twisty. I got caught out several times with some of the twists, but like The Boyfriend, I do find it very difficult to be inside the mind of Frida McFadden's main female character. They can just be so stupid. Some of the dialogue, some of the prose is just a bit too on the nose for me, so I just found that took away my enjoyment a little bit. Then we have Half His Age by Jeanette McCurdy. This was also a 3-star for me. I didn't really know how to rate it because I don't really know how I feel about it. It's about a woman who begins a relationship with her creative writing teacher. I thought this was going to have a little bit more commentary and go a little bit deeper than it actually did. I kind of finished it feeling like, well, what was the point of that? But I will say, I really love Jeanette McCurdy's writing. It's very blunt, it's very brash. She has such a direct way of communicating, which I think does work for me in small doses. I also think she did an amazing job at portraying the emotion of disgust and vulgarity, and I just think she was very talented at being able to elicit that reaction in the reader. Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry has been one of the books that have been on my physical TBR for the longest time, so I'm so glad I got to this in January. This is the first book to an interconnected standalone series. It's a small town mystery romance, and for the most part I really enjoyed this. I found both the mystery and the romance to be very compelling. I had pacing issues in the second half of the book. I felt like just as the mystery was beginning to take off, we suddenly started to focus more on the romance, but I would like to continue on with this series. I thought it was really enjoyable. I then read Anatomy of an Alibi by Ashley Elston. This is about 2 women who come together to get dirt on one of their husbands, and then this husband ends up unalived the next morning, and only one of these women has an alibi. For me, this was very twisty, it was very suspenseful, it had me guessing right up until the end. It was a really great thriller in my opinion. Then we had In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. This is the 4th and final book in the When in Rome series, and I am so glad that I picked this up. This was a delight. The whole series for me has been a delight from the first to the last book, and this book, like the rest of the series, is just very sweet, very warm, very wholesome. I felt really sad to finish this book. And then I had the utter joy of reading Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. This I rated 4.25 stars, so obviously this is a yes, I would recommend this. I do feel like I'm one of the last people to pick this book up, so I don't know if I have anything more to add to the conversation about this, other than I got very tearful over an octopus. And then my favourite book of the month and of the year so far is the first one that I read, and that is Heart the Lover by Lily King. The writing is just stunning. I don't know how Lily King does it, but she was bringing out so many feelings in me as I was reading it. Deep joy, deep sadness, nostalgia, all of it was brought up in this book. Did make me extremely tearful towards the end, and I think this book deserves every ounce of praise that it's getting.